everyone, my name's Emma. Today we are talking about mental freedom. When it comes to choices and decisions, the ones that we make every single day with intention will help us create the world that we want to live in. So we talk about here on this channel, how can we take our power back and create better choices and better decisions that will help us create a life that we want. Mental freedom is something that I believe all of us are constantly searching for. And we are never going to find it if we keep thinking that we don't have something. Now, when we think about work or we think about family or friends, we often come about thinking about this with this huge backstory, this huge backlog of information that we associate with working because we've worked different jobs, we've had different experiences, and we just tag on these experiences to the current situation we are in. Now, we aren't just dealing with the situation or event that's happening right now, we're dealing with it through a filter of our past. And now we are mentally storing all of these different problems we've had, different bad reactions, different times that we were even happy. We're continuously storing it in our minds and we are trapped by them. We do not have mental clarity because mental freedom is something that can only happen when we decide to be present and decide to let go of feeling happy and feeling sad. When we are able to exist simply and just experience what is happening around us, not feeling attached to, oh, this is going to make me so happy, this food's going to make me feel so amazing, this person's going to love me so much, this feeling of this has to happen in order for me to feel this. No, that is something that has held us back. It has held me back for so long, feeling that a certain situation needs to come with a certain outcome, and we never feel peace that way. I haven't felt peace in so long because of that exact reasoning of this whole mental story being attached to every single thing that I do. I'm never being able to experience what's happening for what is happening right now, but through a filter of my past that no longer serves me or anyone that I'm currently interacting with. Now, when it comes to our past, we can choose to accept the lessons and to move forward, but we need to let it go. We need to let go of this past in order to accept that the present moment is the only moment that will ever exist. The moment in the future will only be that moment then. The future doesn't really exist. It's not a real place because we can never get to it ahead of the moment we're in right now. And why should we? We have become obsessed with this idea of time travel and trying to become trapped by, well, if only I could go back and change it, or if only I could go to the future and change it. And there are so many books and movies based off of this idea of time travel, of, well, if I go back in the past, I could change something. And the thing is, we can't. And in most of those movies, many people feel like if they do anything, it'll change the outcomes of the future. Even if they change a little thing, if they talk to someone they're not supposed to, if they walk across the street when they're not supposed to, they feel like that will change the entire future. And is that not a powerful statement that if a small change right now could change the entirety of our future? Well, why don't we just take changes right now to change the outcome of our future? I said this to a friend or somebody that I had met, and they were like so scared, like that's so much to handle, to think that if I make a change now that it's going to affect my entire future. And I was like, well, you're going to make decisions and that's going to affect your future for the rest of your life anyway. Why not make them with intention and understanding that this is going to change your future for the rest of your life? So we don't have to be trapped by feeling this burden of our past or the burden of our future. If we just take moments right now to get us closer to feeling better, to feeling that what we have to say is important, that what we have to offer is valid and valuable, that is all that we need to do. We don't need to be trapped by our past, and if we're continuously going back through it to find these lessons, We can also just choose to leave it. You know what? Leave it. You get to choose who you want to be right now. You get to choose what step you're going to take in your life that is going to create this future that we're also worried about. The thing is, we can't predict what's going to happen 5 years from now. We can't predict 5 months from now, not even 5 minutes. But if we decide to live every moment that we have, which is the only moment that we can ever have, with intention, then that intention will create the world that we want to see. If you want to become an engineer, you have to put in the intention right now to say, I'm going to do my math problems right now with intention. I'm going to do this so that I learn how to do math because I want to learn how to do math. And then every step you're taking is now getting you closer to that goal without that burden of the future of like, I have to do this in 5 years or otherwise I'm a failure. We have to stop associating that secondary story with everything that we do if we want to move forward and to truly overcome what we have been through. We need to let go of that secondary story that we have attached to every single thing that we do. If we were to stop thinking, we would be able to understand that we can do more than just think. And if we can do more than just think, then we can do more than what we are currently doing. Connecting to something greater than you, tapping into your greater purpose is not something that the thinking side of your brain can do. Only the side that exists outside of that can do it. And do you want to know why there is a thinking brain? That means that there's something that isn't thinking all the time. That means that there's a part of you that can just simply exist without having to think these thoughts. And all thoughts are limited, just like all perspective is limited. So, and we have limited beliefs, right, that are created through words and thoughts. So if we can choose to let go of this past and future, which is the only thing that words really talk about, you can't necessarily explain the present moment through words, because the second you explain them through words, that moment is already in the past. So in order to not be trapped by a future, which is what we can also use words to describe, words, thoughts, beliefs, ideas can only describe the past or the future. They cannot describe the present moment, because the second we try to explain the present moment with words, that moment is already in the past. Now, if this sounds ethereal and all of those words that have meanings that, well, nothing really has meaning or whatever, you can choose to see it that way, or you can choose to accept that, well, I can't change my past, and I can't really change my future except for taking actions that I agree with more right now. If I choose to live it with the intention right now, again, choices are also limiting because that has to do with thought, but we have to do that as well. But if we choose to live in a way that is more intentional, that gives us the space and this freedom to exist with being in resonance with who we truly understand ourselves to be, because everything that we want to be we can't actually become that. We can't become who we want. We can only become what we already are, and we are already complete and whole. And this abundance that we keep searching for, that we keep calling on the universe is abundant and abundant. We are the universe. We are the physical manifestation of the universe, and we need to understand that and appreciate that. And that is when we will find mental freedom, mental clarity, when we tap into our purpose and continue to just add value into this world. That is what we need to do. We need to let go of thinking good about people, thinking bad about people, and to just let go of thinking as much as we can, and to just live with intention. Now, intention will involve thinking and making choices and decisions and having thoughts and beliefs, but if we are intentional about every single choice that we make, we are actually tapping into what our greater purpose is and trying to manifest that into the reality in a way that it can be rationalized to other people. That is what words are used for, to rationalize what is going on inside of us to other people. So if we use words and thoughts and beliefs and ideas as these tools to tap into, to portray what is going on inside of our minds that we can't necessarily explain, and to use those words with intention, then, well, we can create the world that we want to see, right? And we can continue to do that as often and as much as we can. And I want you to decide for yourself. Everything that you want can't happen. You already are exactly what you want. You already are. You cannot become what you want to be. You can only become what you are. And you are complete and whole. You just have to tap into the part of you that can't be rationalized through words, and then use words to rationalize that to other people. It's much more simple than these words are explaining it, and just tap into who you truly are. It exists in all of us. This essence, this purpose. Tap into it, and you will see your life continue to change, and you will live with intention naturally. The decision is yours. It always has been. What do you choose? When do you choose it? Thank you for being here. I hope you got something out of this video. I will see you soon, but until then, I hope you have an amazing day.